Greetings from Indus Valley Public School Raj. Welcome to e-learning class of English class 10th where we were doing a lesson from Footprints Without Feet. The name of the lesson was The Head Driver. This lesson is written by Sinclair Lewis. Children, in this lesson we have seen that how a lawyer was being bluffed by a head driver. The lawyer was thinking that he was helping the hack driver was helping him, but what was the reality we will be seeing in this part. So let us have a synopsis from the part 2 that we have covered in earlier video. At last they got a piece of information. So they means Bill, the hack driver, and the lawyer got information derived from one of his friends that Lutkins might have gone to his mother's house because his mother was a tough woman and everybody feared his mother. Bill told him that he knew Oliver's mother because once he took the delivery of a trunk for her. She treated him very badly as she was angry for not taking proper care of her trunk. He described her physical appearance that she was 9 feet tall, 4 feet thick, and compared her quickness to that of a cat. They went to his mother's house in search of Oliver, but his mother was very rude to them. There the lady was horrible and they hurriedly left the place as she was about to attack them with a hot iron rod. They still could not find her son. So now coming to the part 3. While we will be covering this part 3, we will be able to know about these two questions like does the narrator serve the summon that day and who is Lutkin, who is real Lutkin. Now coming towards the explanation of the lesson, I agreed that it was pretty disrespectful treatment. We did, however, search the house. Since it was only 1 story high, Bill went round it, peering in at all the window. We examined the barn and stable. We were reasonably certain that Lutkin was not there. It was nearly time for me to catch the afternoon train and Bill drove me to the station. So here, narrator or the lawyer, he is saying that he was very pretty sure that the behavior of the lady was horrible. So I agreed that she was very rude. Then also we managed to search the whole house and outside and inside. So outside the house and even the stable where a horse was right and everywhere. So we have searched the house. And this house was only single story, like first story, second story. The floors are there. So it was only 1 floor house. So we managed to search whole a house. And we could not find the Lutkin. So now what happened? As I was getting late for his train, it was time. So Bill again took me to the station. So again he went to the station and Bill helped him to drop to the station. On the way to the city, I worried very little over my failure to find Lutkin. So now what happened? This time lawyer was not feeling afraid that he will be scolded or something like that because he was not able to find the Lutkin. He was not able to meet the summons that day. So he was having very little fear. Why? Because I was busy thinking about Bill Magnuson. So now he was thinking about Bill Magnuson. He was thinking about the nice part of the fellow, how nicely he has served, how nicely he has shared the time. So lawyer was totally busy in remembering all the good memories. Really, I consider returning to Mullion to practice law. So now even he is planning to serve Mullion for his job. Like he is planning that he can shift Mullion and he can start his law practice in this area. If I had found Bill so deep and richly man, might I not grown to love Fritz and Gustav and 100 other slow-spoken, simple, wise neighbors. So now he started loving all the people in that area, even though he loved Fritz, he loved Gustav and every other person inside that village. I pictured an honest and happy life beyond the strict limits of universities and law firm. So now he is saying that I was like imagining a life which was full of honesty, simplicity and joys, and he had experienced everything and he was not able to experience these things in the boundaries of the university or law firm where he was practicing the thing. So he was so happy that he felt as if he had got some kind of treasure and had found a new way of life. So he was very happy coming to the New Mullion. The next is that, but if I did not think much about Lutkins, the office did. So now he is saying that I was not worried about this fellow Lutkins. But what happened? The office people, they were worried about this fellow. मतलब मैं तो ज़्यादा सोच नहीं रहा था उसके बारे में, but ये office वाले जो लोग थे जिन्होंने मुझे भेजा था, they were most worried about that. I found them all upset. So all the people in the office, they were upset because I was not able to find Lutkin. I have not served the summon. Next morning, the case was coming up in the court and they had to have Lutkin. So now the next day arrived and it was that Lutkin has to be present in the court, but he was not there. I was a shameful, useless fool. That morning, my promising legal career almost came to an end before it had begun. So now what happened? So it was already, though the narrator, he's not worried about that, but his firm, the people, they got very upset on hearing that he was not able to serve the summon, and he was insulted by being called shameful and useless. So everybody there, they were calling him shameful and useless fellow. He had not even such a person. He felt that it was the last day in the office as his career was about to end. So everybody was so much angry that they were about to make him out of the organization. The chief almost murdered me. He hinted that I might do well at digging ditch. So now what happened? The narrator's chief, the main person, he was very angry with him. He treated him so badly that the clerk felt as if, means the lawyer, he felt as if he would murder him. मतलब इतना ज़्यादा गुस्से में था कि उसे लगा कि जो चीफ है, जो उसका बॉस है, वो उसको मर्डर कर देगा. I was ordered back to New Mullion, and with me went a man who had worked with Lutkin. I was rather sorry because it would prevent my laughing all over again with Bill. So now what happened? So he was again sent to the New Mullion, and this time he was accompanied with a person who already have worked with Lutkin, who already know who is Lutkins. But what is lawyer or the clerk, he was feeling not good. He was not feeling well. Why? Because this time he would miss the chance to be with Bill. So he will not be able to enjoy the company of the Bill because he will be with a person from his office. वो अकेले बिल के साथ एंजॉय नहीं कर पाएगा, इस वजह से उसे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा था इस बार. When the train arrived at New Mullion, Bill was on the station platform near his cart. So now when the train came to New Mullion, so Bill was already there with his cart. Strangely enough, the old tigress, Lutkin's mother, was there talking and laughing with Bill, not quarreling at all. So to my surprise, Bill was talking to Lutkin's mother, and I have seen his horror side. I have seen her rude side. I have seen a tigress in that. But this Bill was enjoying. He was laughing. He was talking very nicely to Oliver's mother. They were not at all fighting. From the train step, I pointed out Bill to my companion and said, "There's a fine fellow, the real man. I spent the day with him." So now as soon as I got outside that train, I immediately saw Bill and I told my companion, my person whom I was, he is the Bill and he is very nice person, and I have spent my whole day with him in searching Lutkin. So he is very, very nice fellow. So now what happened? He helped you hunt for Oliver Lutkins. So the companion who was with the lawyer, he was surprised and he said, "Is this that fellow who had helped you to find out the Lutkins?" Then the clerk, he replied, "Yes, he helped me a lot." So yes, he is the fellow who helped me out. He is Lutkin himself. He said, "He is only the Lutkin." To my surprise, the clerk, he was surprised. What really hurt me was that when I served the summons, Lutkin and his mother laughed at me as though I were a bright boy of 7. With loving kindness, they begged me to go with them to a neighbor's house for a cup of coffee. So now what happened? The thing that was really pinching the narrator a lot, that both the mother and the son, they were laughing at him when he served the Lutkins with the summons. Not only this, they even requested the narrator to join them for a coffee at a neighbor's house because they were only the people left in the village who had not seen him, in searching the Lutkins. So I told them about you and they are anxious to look at you, said Lutkins joyfully. So now Lutkin is telling that when you came last time and when we were searching Lutkin, so whole village had seen me and you together. Now what happened? Only these are the fellow who left out, who did not know who are you, and I was telling them I was telling them the tale about your appearance to this new mullion, about your time in the new mullion. But they were anxious to know about you. So now only these fellows are left out. So you can have coffee in this house. So now there's neighbor's house. They were having coffee because they were only the people left in the village who had not seen him yesterday when he was searching for Lutkins. Through Lutkins was riding with him in the hack. So now children, the learning outcomes, the questions which you have seen earlier in the starting of the video. Does the narrator serve the summons that day? So obviously, no, the narrator does not serve the summons that day. Next question, who is Lutkins? Lutkins is a hack driver who lived at New Mullion. He was about 40 and looked very cheerful. He is needed by a law firm because his witness is required for a certain legal case to close. He is very clever person. So my dear children, conclusion of the story is that story teaches us that we should not trust anyone without knowing them. Otherwise people will make fool of us. Similarly happened with narrator. He was so simple, he trusted a strange person and that strange person bluffed him, and finally at the end the narrator felt embarrassed for thinking so much good about that Bill, a strange person. Hope you have understood the video. Thank you for watching and wait for my other video for next lesson. Thank you so much.